Hello, my name is Axel Klimek. I'm the Managing Director of the Center for Sustainability Transformation and a founding partner of Make Change Work. We have created 3 little videos for you on the topic, how can coaching culture support organizations to deal with the challenges of the VUCA world? Please let me run you through the second presentation. So here we are again. In the first video, the first presentation, we were talking about some results of the study which we did together with the University of Applied Science in Darmstadt on coaching culture, success factor for the VUCA world. And we also were defining what do we mean with coaching culture. In this presentation, we focus on VUCA. What is behind that word? And how is that connected to something what people call the Great Transformation? So what you will get out of this little video is, on the one hand, you will get to know my friends Fred and Frida from us. They will help me. Then you will get some understanding on VUCA, the meaning of that one, and how maybe it makes sense if we relate that to something which is called the change curve. And at last, we will be exploring the connection from the change curve when we look at the Great Transformation and how VUCA might relate to that. Hello, Fred and Frida. They are from Mars, and they helped me when my little daughter was young. She was having very difficult questions sometimes, and in order to answer that, because sometimes I didn't know any answer, I was asking Fred and Frida to help me if they have some ideas. So I asked them, what does VUCA mean? And Fred and Frida, they went around the world. That's how they came back. They didn't find anything. There's no thing, there's no person, no festival, nothing. So they were disappointed and saying, VUCA does not exist. VUCA is fake, maybe an invention of consultants. So, but I was convinced there must be something. So I asked them again, please have a look again. And again, a week later, they came again and went, wow, it seems VUCA is everywhere and nowhere. What do you mean? They were saying, okay, we found lots of words which somehow are related because, you know, VUCA means volatility. Things are changes, they are uncertain, they are complex, and there is ambiguity. That means something can be true and something else can be also true at the same time. And they were saying, on the one hand, people looking for technical solution. There's big aspects of globalization. There is things like big data, disruptive change, purpose. People are trying to find new ways of working. But on the other hand, there is a lot of pressure on foreigners. There's words like fake news and all that. This is all an indication of VUCA, they said. That makes sense, I said. Why don't you go back and have a look if you can make sense out of it? And again, a week later, they came back and was, wow, now we have really a story to tell you. VUCA is much more than we expected. And we found 2 aspects. If you take that into consideration, VUCA makes a lot of sense. The one is a change curve. Everybody who is working with change knows about that. It says that if a big transformation change happens to human beings, very seldom they integrate it from the beginning. In the beginning, very often there's a kind of denial. They don't want to hear about the new. They would like to stick to the old. Then if they realize, there might be some truth in it, there's very often a turning point. And after that turning point, they start to explore further. And then Fred and Frida said, we found something else where everything around VUCA might make even more sense. We found there is that term, the Great Transformation. Here they're related to something what the WBGU was saying, that's the Advisory Council to the German government on climate change and sustainability. And they were saying we need to create a new contract for sustainability in society where we put a lot of effort in to make all our action, all our dealing more sustainable for future generations. And if we take that into consideration, that there's a pressure on society to come up with something new in that form, VUCA makes sense. Some people, they stick to the old. They are happy with that there's a lot of coal still be used to make power because that's their job. They are miners, or maybe they make money. They would like to stay the way they are, and they like to protect what they have with trade wars. And if something is not working well, they point very easily to the others. The Chinese, the foreigners are guilty. And very often they deal, if something is not aligned with what they believe, they say that is fake news. But then, Fred and Frida was saying, in society we also feel lots of things already happening. It's not out of passion, but people say, no, we need to deal with challenges. On the one hand, companies, they are looking of how can we integrate generation Y and Z, because they have a different mindset which does not fit in the old business model. Also, they are looking for solutions around digitalization. They are aware of new competitors, what is called Uberization, so that suddenly Uber or Airbnb changes a whole market segment. They are aware of disruptive change and need to find ways like with agility to deal with that one. And then at the same time, Fred and Frida was saying, we already have lots of new ideas and people exploring it. So for example, in organizations, we have people exploring with holacracy, new work. They try to integrate sabbaticals in order to keep generation Y and Z. Economy is exploring with things like sharing economy. There's also in design of new products, we think about cradle to cradle so that we don't produce any waste anymore. And all that is happening at the same time. So we have denial, the turning point, and exploration. And companies, they focus very often mainly on technological, structural, and procedural changes. But the biggest change which is happening is in the heads of the people. And if you ask yourself who in organizations has some knowledge to help people in that change, it is the coaches. So, but it is the coaches when they expand their understanding of coaching beyond the normal form of coaching is only there for development of individuals and teams into new positions in transformation. So if you can expand that, then there might be a new partnership between coaching and business, and that might add value not only to the owners of companies, but also to staff, to society and planet. So thank you very much for listening. If you liked it, please comment on the video or share it. You can contact me. And the next video we will upload in a couple of days. It's on business partner coaching, partnering at eye level. Thank you very much and see you hopefully soon.